Hi, welcome to the live stream. Susan for SLC Aquatics here, live, coming to you from my office fish room. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Had a little difficulties, technical difficulties at first, and I was going to stream downstairs in front of the 55-gallon, but the audio is so bad on that laptop, I'm going to have to get a microphone maybe to solve that problem down there. And then up here the camera wouldn't activate. Then had to reboot the computer, and then my voice sounded like a mouse. So if my voice is still sounding like a mouse, let me know. Hello Kevin, Keith, D, Big Easy, Mark, Dion, Kevin, Wyatt. How's everybody doing tonight? Mario, hello Mario Alves. Good to see you in the house tonight. I hope everybody's drying out and picking up the pieces, as they say. Used to be one of my favorite marching band songs, was Picking Up the Pieces. But it's going to be hard for those that have lost so much, lost their homes, can't return to their homes yet. Hey Victor, I'm eating while listening. Hey, but I do appreciate everyone using the Fish Fam Safe group to let us know that y'all were doing well. Kayla, C, DBK, heard from David Betancourt's once, heard from Ama in Atlanta. His power was out. Heard from Jenna. Jenna's not on Facebook, so she texts me. Still waiting to hear from Joseph, JH Aquatics. Kevin says, if you have the earbud headphones with a microphone, they work great in my laptop. I had them on a while ago, but the audio still had static and a hum in it, so could be something in the laptop. It was a hand-me-down, and I did have headphones on, but it didn't improve it. Big Easy says I'm okay. Debbie Clayton, hi Susan and Fish Fam. Hey Debbie. Kevin Hyatt says I got a scholarship for a solo in a Pick Up the Pieces. Awesome. What instrument did you play? Trumpet? Dun, 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 dun. Listen. Dun, 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 dun. That's awesome. I was a saxophone player. Yeah, Kevin, what instrument did you play? Had to have been trumpet. Hey, Jenny Lee. Barry sax. All right. I forgot the song already. It's been too many years, Kevin. I'm going to pop out the chat. We have 11 watching and 2 likes, so we need to click that like button. Hello, Carlos the Fish Nerd. How's everybody doing? Doing well, tired, very, 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 very tired. If anybody on Facebook saw my post about the crayfish crawling out of the fish tank sometime during the night, and my husband found her and had her in a Ziploc bag, and she was all curled up. So I was hoping, if I added her to some water, she would kick in there, and she did show some life. She's being very still. She is moving every once in a while, but very, very little. And she's probably not going to make it. So I broke down the 25-gallon. I caught all of the wild fish that were in there. Set them loose back in the creek. I went on a scavenger hunt and collected rocks and collected plants, brought them home, scrubbed them, disinfected them, added them to the 25-gallon nature tank, and eventually I'm going to just turn that into my angelfish tank, and they'll have the tank by themselves, probably with some Corydoras, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I'll see. The Tower of Power, Kevin says. Debbie says, how are your fish doing, Susan? My guppies are doing great. They're all breeding. I have babies. My new green Moscow, my second male, is maturing and coloring up. So I have 2 males right now and about 6 females, and they're all heavy. And I've had them since August the 9th. So they were young, juvenile. So I give them 60 days at the most before they have any fry. My bettas are doing good. I've added catappa leaves to both betta tanks, and the guppies downstairs are doing good. My crayfish is the one that's passing away. My angelfish have fallen in love. It's just that when they lay their eggs, they eat them. Hey Bracken, hey Chris 1. Excuse me. Cockatoos. Yeah, Dee's got some birds. Any live bear experts here tonight? Kevin Hyatt. Are there any live bear experts? What's your question, Kevin? Hey, Flynn. How are you doing tonight, sweetheart? Keith says, I have ton of tilapia fry and red cherry shrimp breeding like rabbits and found a few swordtail fry that didn't get eaten. That's awesome. That is some good news there, Keith. Flynn says he has 2 cockatiels also, Dee. So we'll talk birds and fish tonight. I should get some rest. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah. After the stream tonight, I'll catch a few other streams and then I'll shower and just conk out. I've been up a lot, reading and praying and checking on different people. Flynn says he's doing good. How am I? I'm doing good, Flynn. Just a little tired. My crayfish crawled out of its tank sometime during the night. My husband found it and thought it was dead. And so when I got up, I saw the crayfish laying in a Ziploc baggie on the dining room table. So I immediately took her and put her in some treated water. And she moved a little bit, but she hasn't moved very much. I'm not sure if she just was out of the water too long. And so I broke down the 25-gallon. I probably have used the bucket process of taking water out of the tank, scrubbing the tank, rearranging the substrate since the crayfish had moved everything. And then I went on a scavenger hunt and collected some more rocks and created a little rock scene and added some plants to the 25-gallon tank. And after it runs for about a week, and I am, hopeful that, well, I might have to run it a couple weeks before I add the angels to it to be completely, happy about it. Kevin says, I pulled a pair out of my 30-gallon into a 10-gallon because it seems they were getting it on, but I have no idea what to look for or when to separate the male. All right, Kevin. First of all, you said you have live bearers. What kind of live bearers do you have? And we don't separate the males from the females. We just let them stay together if they're guppies. And they'll have fry all by themselves. HC Aqua is in the house. Hello, everyone. Just got in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Flynn says, to D, they are such friendly birds, the cockatiels. Triple 10 Tanks is in the house. Hey, Triple 10. And then Flynn says, I'm glad the crayfish is alive. I hope it recovers okay. Thanks, Flynn. I do hope she recovers, but I doubt it. She's just not responding well. Thanks, Tanks in the house. Chris 1 says, I was almost a criminal this morning. I committed almost fried genocide. I put 4 spawns with the second and third. Terrible to see the bigger eating the last fry. Half of them micro months. Wow. Yep, that happens sometimes. You can't anticipate that if you're a newbie at it. Now, Chris, you'll know to wait till they all get to about the same size, or just leave them where they're at to let nature fend for itself. Yep, that's a terrible thing to go through, but it's how we learn. Fish nerd. Dank says, hey, nerd. Chris 1 says their bodies, but I saved most of them. They're babies, but I saved most of them. Good. Kevin says, Lima nigrofasciata. Research online told me to pull the male so he won't eat the babies. All right. So I'm not an expert on that live bear. Limia nigrofasciata. I have no idea, Kevin. I have no knowledge of that fish. I can look it up right quick. And you said the research online told you to pull the male so he won't eat the babies. Okay. Well, after you know that the female is pregnant, and you'll know that since she's a live bearer, will she not have a gravid spot or begin to get large in her abdomen? And then I would pull the male and put him in his own tank. So I'm looking it up. Humpback limia. Oh, they're pretty. These here have yellow bellies and yellow caudal fins. I did. Siri thought I said something to her. Okay, and like you said, breeding, it says a group of 6 young adults, 4 males and 2 females. And placed the fish in a 20-gallon flat tank, and it took the fish a couple of months to settle down before I noticed spawning activity, and after that they started reproducing like gangbusters. It doesn't tell me on this research how much they have, and it didn't say to separate males and females on this one. So I would, to be safe, go ahead and pull the male. Thanks, Dank. HC Aqua says, huh? I've never seen a limia before. Okay, let me go over here. I can add window capture. Okay, I'm going to add a window capture. There we go. And this here is the Limia nigrofasciata. Isn't it pretty? $50 fry possible from my readings. And okay, let me get rid of that. So that's what that is, and it's a very pretty fish, and I wish you the best with it, Kevin. And please keep us posted on how many fries she has and whether she eats them or not. See the heavy, I guess you saw the heavy belly in the female in the picture. The one that was forefront in the picture was the male, and he has the yellow belly with the yellow caudal fin. Flynn says hello to Jenny Lee. Rob Hicks is in the house. Hey, Rob. Jenna Tucker Aquariums in the house. Hey, Jenna. Down the wormhole. Nice looking fish. Yes, they are. Mark's Arcs is in the house. Wow, we got some oldies and goodies in here. Mark, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Chris one says not bad, but I miss red and blue. Yes. All right, so the topic tonight says that I guess it's an update on the 55-gallon and my new fish. So if anybody is interested, I haven't edited any videos recently, but about 3 weeks ago, I took about 30 guppies and 10 corridors and some guppy grass to my LFS that gives me store credit. Well, when I got there, when I got there, I went to looking for a male angelfish for my angelfish that I bought from Jenna Tucker Aquariums. And you know, after I've treated the 55 twice with the Levamisole HCL, everybody's looking good. You know, I don't see any more worms. Everybody's eating well. So I've decided I wanted to try breeding angelfish because I've never done that before. And I've seen them, you know, I've seen Priscilla's, I've seen Dina Edwards, I've seen many of y'all with angelfish, and especially I think 10 Tanks. I think he has angels. But anyway, I was curious and wanted to see if I could find a male and that they would, you know, get along. Because I know Jenna, I think, had separated one of the angels because they weren't getting along. And so, hey, Sherry. And so I got a $20 angel, and I picked up 4 autosynclus that are in the tank behind me. And I was worried about them, you know, not getting enough to eat, but their bellies are so fat, I've quit feeding them supplementary pellets right now. So, matter of fact, they're scooting all over the place. And I put a catappa leaf over there too. So anyway, I brought this new fish home, and I did put them in quarantine. But I couldn't stand it. I broke the rules. The angel was in quarantine with general cure and erythromycin for 2 days, 48 hours. Then I put him in a little, like 1 gallon tank, and I set it beside the 55 gallon just to see their reactions. I tell you, it was love at first sight. He colored up, she colored up. She danced back and forth in front of the glass. He danced back and forth in front of the glass. So I got the nerve and went ahead and introduced him into the 55 gallon. Well, they immediately paired off and began to just rule the whole tank from end to end. Not without some aggression, though. They began to hit each other, nip at each other, smooch at each other, kiss each other. The male got a little rough with her and knocked 3 of her scales off of her side. And so I was hoping and praying that it didn't get any worse. But after that, it's like she kind of ignored him for a while, and he realized he had been too rough. And so they've been paired off, and on the 5th day, my filter intake was covered with angel eggs. And I actually filmed and got to watch the process of her laying eggs and him coming behind her and fertilizing them, and then her laying more eggs, etc. And them kind of being territorial and protecting the eggs. Well, I had to go to church Wednesday night. And I was gone a couple hours. And when I got home from church, I checked on them, and the filter intake was clean. So they ate all of the, yeah, Keith's got angels too, all of the eggs. And so I teased on Facebook saying it was just a trial run, but the happy note is that they're in love. So they are swimming together. Sometimes they are at opposite ends of the tank, but they find each other, they stick out with each other. And so I'm hoping that this 25-gallon tank, after I get it free of parasites and fungus and stuff, that it will be a good angelfish tank. I may have to turn the hang on the back filter off and just put sponge filters in there, because I heard that angels don't like a lot of current, and my hang on the back filter is quite hefty. I can add a bio roll to this filter, and that may really reduce some of the flow. So I'm just it's gonna be trial and error. Jeremy's in the house. Sergeant Tank. Hey, Sergeant. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm sorry. My crayfish girl crawled out of the tank last night, and my hubby found her curled up in the bathroom next to the shower curtain. And I did put her back in water, but she's not moving much. So I don't know if she cracked her shell when she fell from the tank down to the floor. I don't know if she was out of the water too long, deprived of oxygen, so I don't know if she dried out too much. But she's moving a little bit, but she's not moving around in the little tank that I have her in. So that's the story of my 55-gallon in the new fish. Also, I have a bonus red-eyed tetra that got caught in the net with the angelfish, and I just told the girl at the local fish store, I said, well, just leave it in there. I've never had red-eyed tetras before. So, of course, that fish is not doing too much because they do better in the school, and so eventually I may have to venture out and get some more red-eyed tetras. Rules are meant to be broken, Rob says. Not when we're trying to lead new fish people into the right procedures for quarantine. Carlos says, young love. Jenna says, oh, how sweet. NY Gold's in the house. Sounds hot. Oh, someone should hit Corey. Oh, yeah, go hit Corey up. I'm sure he's busy as a bee. Flynn says, Chris 1, hello. Mark says, fish keepers, hit the like button. And Bracken says, Corey had some in his store a few months ago. Okay. I'm not sure if, let's see, Jenna's raising cockatoidy, flash fry, and crebenzi. Yeah, Jenna, my crayfish not doing too good. Fishner says, I had a crayfish escape once, found it in the kitchen floor. Yeah, she crawled a good, I'd say 15, 20 feet. And I don't know what she was going for. Probably another water source. But her tank had gotten kind of creepy looking with those wild minnows in there, and the driftwood I put in there kind of fungusy, so she was probably escaping all of that. And since this evening, I've just broke that tank down. I caught the fish, I let them go in the creek, and I've been rebuilding that tank today, and I'll let it run for a couple weeks. I'll put some General Cure in it, or I don't know, maybe some Lifeguard in it. What do I need to put in it to get rid of any fungus? Bleach it. Sergeant Tank says, sorry to hear that, Susan. Just so long as they have moisture, can live for days and weeks out of water. Most likely cause some trauma. Yeah, I think something happened when she, you know, that's quite a drop from the top of a tank, because once they get out of it, it's really not anything to hold on to unless she hung on to the airline hose for quite a while. But, you know, she could have hit the bottom of that metal frame. And I don't know. I'm going to watch her for a while. Fish Nerd says, I'm breaking quarantine rules even as we speak. LOL. Yeah, and we hope and pray that we don't regret it. Right now, everybody's doing good. Their poo is normal. They're eating good. And thought I had a buyer for the pleco yesterday, but when he saw pictures of her, he said, oh no, I've got 3 of them already in 125. I wanted to say something like, what? And you want another one? But anyway, he wanted something different in his tank, and he said he had 3 that looked like that one already. So sometimes we just keep our mouths shut. Rob says, I had a Boston land crab who would always get out and break off a leg, and I called him Parts as he was missing so many. That's cute, Rob. Oh. Sergeant says they are escape artists, even with the best lead. Don't take it too hard. I'm trying not to. She is so pretty. It's never easy. You don't think you get attached to something, and then you end up getting attached to it. Anybody want to grab the SLC Aquatics Facebook group link? Let me see if I can pull up my Teespring. link so y'all can check out my goods. And when you can, you know, this campaign renews itself automatically every 3 days, and every 3 days means the t-shirt is readily available. So if you order a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, I have a long sleeve t-shirt, I have a mug, and I have a tote bag that that are in my store. So check that out and support SLC Aquatics if you can. I'm wearing one of my logos. I have 2 or 3 different logos out there, so take your pick. All 3 of them are me. Angelo, King Lee's in the house. Hey, King Lee. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello. Excuse me. Yeah, Canadians are rocking the house. They must love me so much. Jenna asked if my pleco is causing problems. No, Jenna, my pleco is not causing problems. Matter of fact, she's the most animated fish in the tank, and I love her. But she's going to outgrow that 55-gallon, and I'm not going to get any larger tank than a 55. Chris says, Dan, the happy fish guy, breeds angelfish. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Flynn, for getting my Facebook group. And AMA says, I'm lurking but listening while sorting stuff out in the fish room. King Lee says hi to Jenna. Everybody checking out. Everybody, has anyone heard from DBK or David the last couple days? King Lee says, I'm doing good, Susan. How are you? And the guppies must be getting big for you. Yes, King Lee. I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the stream that they're growing, and my second male is maturing and getting his color. And even though you did your best to separate boys from girls, 4 boys and 4 girls, I have ended up having 2 boys and 6 girls. So they're getting fat, and their gravid spots are getting dark, and they haven't really squared off yet. So the guppy grass is taking over the tank, which will give the babies plenty of cover once they start being born. Matter of fact, let me feed them right quick while we're chit-chatting here. I have some color growth flake from Everything Aquatic, Dina Edwards. So this is the green Moscows that King Lee sent me, and the half moon mosaics that I got from Carlos are really growing. I took 15 of those to my local fish store, and they went nuts over them because I took my culls, and my culls have an imperfection in their caudal fin, you know, almost like a dent in the middle. And I kept the best ones, of course. And when they saw that, they said, well, are you sure they're not doing any fin nipping? I said, maybe. I have 3 drops in this tank already. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I have 3 drops in this tank already. sometimes the females swim a little erratic, like they're lethargic and stuff, but when they're being chased or when they're going after the food, they swim normal. So I think just their body length and their caudal fin weight, you know, it's kind of hard for them to swim sometimes, so they get a little, you know, lazy. Here's a few, I think 6 female, and the red-eyed tetra is in here, and I have 4 autocinchus in here, and I have plants also. I've also propagated my crypts, and I'm starting crypts down here, and I have a couple Java fern, and in the corner back here, you can't really see it, is that beautiful red melon sword that I got from Michael at Green Oasis Farms, and it's melting back now, a couple of the leaves, but it's got new growth started already, and the new growth is red. It's so red it looks brown, but it's red. So, but this is my little fish room. If anybody else hasn't seen my big fish room downstairs, I wanted to do the stream downstairs, but the audio on that laptop is bad, even using my earbuds. So, I don't know. Let's see. Dwayne Kitchell's in the house. Hello, Dwayne. Jenna thinks she got a comment from David either later last night or this morning, and we'll have to go back and check. Good. Rob says the tanks look good from here. Thank you, sweetheart. These up here are not a problem. These are 10 gallons. These are 5 gallons. I have a betta back here and a betta over here on my other side. Downstairs, the 20s give me problems sometimes because of the snail population has so much poo. When I cleaned out the Corridoras and took them to the local fish store, and I put the big mama with 2 different males into 120, they began to spawn immediately, and the 2 females that I had that she had given birth to that were egg heavy or egg bound, they began to spawn with the males that were in there, and I have the most eggs on that in that tank than I've ever had. So I'm excited about my Corridoras breeding. The 55 is looking good. I put some catappa leaves in there to soften the water a little bit, and everybody seems to be doing really good. They're still territorial, but I'm getting some, I bought some valves from Michael, and of course they'll melt back, but I think I got 6 or 7 plants from him, and 2 of them had some shoots growing from their roots. So I'm excited about turning that tank into a planted tank and get those plastic plants out of there. Rob says, I was checking my tub outside today. Looks like I'm going to have some nice guppies coming out. All right, Rob, I can't wait to see them. Here we got down to 56 last night in my goldfish mini pond, and I have 2 culled females out there that have severely bent spines, and I separated them because I did not want them to breed and produce and have any young. And believe it or not, it went down that cold, and I checked it before the stream, and it was at 62 degrees, and those 2 guppies were still swimming. I was very surprised. Rob Hicks Aquariums, I sent you a PM on Facebook. Multi-Tank Addiction says, hey Chris, did you ever get my email or my message with my address? I haven't checked. I'm not even sure. I sent it during the stream last night. Big Easy. What grandbaby do you rock to sleep? Who are you talking about? I must have missed something. Jenna says, multi-tank addiction. I sent you a comment with my email so I can give you my address. Flynn's Fish Farm says, I need to go trim plants. I'll be lurking. Okay, Flynn, thank you so much. Thanks, Chris. My phone just lit up. I got you, Susan. Thanks, Chris. Chris 1 says, oh, aquarium cups here. Chris 1 says, I got 2 males. Geophagus back to the store. The BA got my female round like sushi. Those were very rude to feed by hand. Wow. Rubutu Poo. Aquarium Cup says, howdy, Susan and friends. Howdy. AMA says, anyone know if anyone else streaming live after Susan? Usually on Thursday nights. No, this is Tuesday night. Rick, does Rick stream after me? Mr. Science Geek or JW? I don't know. I don't know. Jeremy could stream after me. Jeremy, I hope y'all had a good vacation at the beach. It sure was nice seeing y'all. The family having fun. Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. She's changed her channel name to Priscilla MK Art. Hello, fish folks. Multi-Tank Addiction said, yes, Susan for SLC Aquatics. Mark says, hi, Priscilla. Aquarium Cop says, Jenna, Chris, yeah. No, you didn't. Sergeant Tank says, Chris, more than welcome. Just a blessing to hear. I try not to worry, but was. My little sis Kayla down that way too, but they're all doing good. Yes, Kayla said she's doing good and she never lost power. DPK lost power and he was going out to assess the damages outside, and I hadn't heard from him since then. And David was hunkered in at the house. I'm not sure if he lost power or not. I haven't heard from him. Yeah, the Fish Nerd said giveaway winners announced after this. All right, Carlos, are you going to stream after me? Yeah, Science Geek went last night. Yeah, he goes after Bob. Right? I'm sorry, I was asleep during Bob's. I've still tried to go back and re-listen to it. But I haven't been getting much sleep lately because I keep waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about what our friends are going through with that storm, and I just have to get up and pray. I try to check on them. I know they're not resting. Sheila from Life with Pets, they had to evacuate, and I have not heard from her in a couple days. They were afraid their home was going to take a direct hit. So our hearts are going out to them, and they're supposed to let us know if they need anything. So we may have to really, stick with them. and make sure that they've got their needs met. Angelo says, hi Corey, hi Priscilla, hi Jeremy. Is KP here? Is there another Corey? Y'all gotta help me. The Amphibian and Fish Channel. Hello, sorry I'm late. You're not late, you're always on time. If I'm still here, you're on time. Okay, Carlos says, I'll be streaming and drawing contest winners after this. All right, Carlos, I'm going to have to get that link. Did you make an event that you can share here in the chat box, please? Jeremy should stream afterwards, Jenny says. Mark says, thanks, Priscilla. Hope you're doing okay, too. I've been dealing with hip problems and can hardly sit in front of my computer. Oh, Mark, lots of love, hugs, and prayers. You have my prayers. Ama says, Jeremy, you could stream after Susan. But Carlos, the fish nerd's going to stream also. So we can take turns and hop from stream to stream. Angelo says, wait, who said contest? Carlos, the fish nerd. Jeremy says, that was 3 weekends ago at the beach. Yes, and thank you, Susan. Awesome. I'll be on vacation next week, everybody. So if you see me for a few minutes, it will be from the beach. I won't be doing my stream next week. I have to detach from technical things. It takes me 3 days to unwind. And then by that time, we're coming back from our vacation. Help me, Lord, help me, Lord, help me, Lord. I want to hear from JH. Hope he's doing okay through all he has to do now. Yes, Rob, my heart has been so heavy because I've seen the damages done there at St. John's Island and also at Barbuda, the devastation. It's going to be very difficult. A lot of them are trying to find a way to get off the island because it's not livable. You know, some of the Virgin Islands are still livable. Oh, the fish nerd, working on that event now. LOL. Yes, if you schedule your live streams and your events, it's easier for us to see when we come to your page. And we can also post it and share it before it gets too late. Chris 1 says, hope your fry is eating well, Corey and Angelo. Aquarium Cop says, Chris, that's part of the fun, to experiment. Yep. Everything aquatics in the house. Hello, Dina. Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? One night, Dina and I are going to do a collab together, so y'all be looking for that, and I will create the event, and we'll get together soon, won't we, Dina? Yep, lots of love and thoughts, Mark's Aquariums. My fry are fine, only one loss, said Amphibian. Great. Chris says, yeah, Susan, Corey's got angel fry. Yes. Fish nerd, oh my God, so hard to manage prizes and get addresses. Yep. AMA says, Rob Hicks, Aquariums, I concur. I really want to know update on JH Aquatics. Lots of people here worried about him. Has not heard from him since his last video before the tornado. Yes, Keith, we posted in SLC Aquatics and in Fish Fam Safe. Priscilla found the post for the hurricane safe list, and we did post that. He was on the list as saying he was safe. Amphibian and Fish Channel said, Chris, all the eggs died. Yes, that happens sometimes. Sorry for your loss. Dwayne says, oh, oh, can I say this, Dwayne? Oh, Manny, pad me hum. It will get better, Susan. Jenna, I will send you a private message as to which beach I am going to, dear. It's south of me. I'll say that much. Sergeant says, enjoy and detach from all interwebs. Yes, sir. Priscilla says, what's all this vacation stuff? I haven't had one in like 10 years. I feel you, Priscilla, because it was 12 years before I got my first vacation. And ever since then, Rod and I try to have at least one vacation a year. And sometimes we have to vacation apart. Sometimes he goes and sees his friends in Cali. And sometimes I just, stay home, or I don't know what I did by myself. Oh, one year I went with the women's retreat when he went to Cali. Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry. Rob says, I was on vacation, thought I had to go to work today at 4 a.m., but when I got there, I was off till tomorrow. That's not funny, Rob. It's been 6 days since I've heard from JH Aquatics. Keith, yes. Yep. Dina says hi. Angelo says, thanks, Chris. Still no losses. Dina says, I'm doing much better. Was a hard weekend putting down my old dog. Oh, Dina, please. I am so sorry to hear that. Big hug, Dina. Big hug. I've been there. A few of us have been there. David Bettencourt's had to put his puppy down. I had to put mine down before I started my fish hobby. So my heart goes out to you, dear. Rob says it's 4 a.m. is too easy to go to work on a day off, Mark. Yep. Sorry for your losses. Dina says hi to Jenna. And everything aquatic, sorry for your loss. That's the hardest thing to deal with. I think so too, Mark. Kingley says, I say, way too much to do live streams. You can do it, Kingley. Come on, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. The Amphibian and Fish Channel says, thank you, Susan. I don't get attached to the eggs like the fish. Yeah, I know, but it's still a loss. Nobody likes a loss. Jenna says, Susan, I'm sorry. I asked. Didn't think about that. Girl, please. It's all right. Dwayne says, oh, man, pad me hum. It's Buddhist, Susan. But just go with it. Just go with the flow. Oh, that was a I don't know. That's what I was doing. KPA Aquariums. KP Aquariums. Corey is in the house. Hey, Susan. Hi, everyone. How we all doing? We're doing pretty good now. I'm getting a little wound up. I started a few minutes late. Carlos, I'm not going to be on much longer, so you can go ahead and get your stream started and send me the link. Dwayne, I want to know how your fish are doing. That tank that you were treating. Oh, he must be warming something up. Okay, Keith says, what's the link for the Fish Fam Safe list on Facebook? That's a good one. Let me find it, Keith. I gotta log in. Flynn disappeared on me. Let me see. Okay, I've got it, Keith. I'm posting it now. I hope that's it. That's it right there, Keith. Jean Michael's in the house. Hello, Jean Michael. Oh man, you've been putting out some videos and I gotta go back and catch up. I saw you releasing your little salamander, your I don't know what that thing was, that red lizard. KP says, I have 3 fish holding eggs right now. Probably strip them next week. Do they hold that long? Rubitu says, where's all the tacos? It's Tuesday. I didn't have a taco today. Yeah, everybody needs to eat tacos. Today's Taco Tuesday. The Fish Nerd got my stream set up for 8:15 Eastern, 7:15, 10 minutes away. Share your link, Carlos. Everybody go over to Carlos's stream after this. I'm not going to be here much longer. Carlos, don't worry about the giveaway. Just send it to me. That's good, Priscilla. Dwayne says, my fish still are being treated yet again. More stringy poop and fish loss. 2 more rounds of Prosy Pro and Ick X. Sigh. Oh, I hate to hear that, Dwayne. Do you take a break in between treatments? Is it a 2 or 3 week break that you do, and then you treat again? I don't know what the cycle is. Thank you, Priscilla, for that group share. Priscilla says, oh, I'm late. No, you're not. Never late. Keith says, thanks, Susan and Priscilla. Rob says, has anyone heard from Charles lately? No, Rob. Charles has gone incognito, and he has pulled away from some of the fish fam. So you can find him on Facebook, Charles Lee, L-I, and you can check on him there. I check on him every once in a while. Priscilla says, Fish Nerd live stream here. Thank you, Priscilla. Chris one says, Corey, how are your geckos doing? Mark says, I had tacos yesterday, Mexican Monday. Hey, that's good. That'll work. Carlos says, I don't know how to get the link. LOL. That's okay, Carlos. Look up. Look up. Priscilla put it up there for you. Priscilla says, here, oh my God, I am multitasking too hard. D says, thanks for the stream, was eating. You're welcome, D. We're all going over to Carlos's in about 7 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. Priscilla says, the Fish Nerd stream next here. Thank you, Priscilla. Big Easy said, Susan heard from Charles. He was on Friday night. All right. So he did live stream. Thanks, Mark. Dwayne Kitchell doing a water change on them tomorrow and then hitting them again. Okay, Dwayne. Fingers crossed and prayers. I believe that both of them work. That this will get that crazy parasite. And what about your blue bird, Corey? Rob Hicks says, miss him. He's a good guy. Thanks, Susan. Yes, Big Easy said that he streamed Friday night. The amphibian and fish channel. My bird is fine. I was letting him dip his toes in a water dish. LOL. Everything Aquatic said to Dwayne Kitchell, that what parasites are you treating? Doesn't sound like the meds you're using are working. So yeah, y'all can internal parasites. The amphibian and fish channel. How have you been, Chris? Well, that's my update on my 55 and my new fish. Those that missed it, you'll have to go back and rewatch the stream after it posts. But I had angelfish eggs after introducing a male. They were together for 5 days, and they laid 100 eggs. And then I came home from church 2 hours later, and all the eggs were gone. But at least they're in love. And now I'm preparing a tank for them that they'll be the only fish in there for right now. I may add some koi cats, you know, to the bottom. So I need some more plants, so that takes a little while. You got to get a few plants, and then anyway, that's what's going on with me. Dwayne says, get some sleep, okay? Yes, darling. I'll do my best. And I'm going over to see how many prizes I won from Carlos. So I'm clicking the link. I love you guys. I will not be with you next week. I'm on vacation. So the next time I see you will be September the 26th. Okay? Hope everyone stays safe. Continue to pray for everyone who went through tragedy with these hurricane and storms and tornadoes. Continue to pray for those in Texas and Louisiana. And y'all stay safe. And as we say in the fish fam, keep your sleeves wet. Love you.